For years, fans have wondered about one question. When the cameras stop rolling, what do the stars of The Chosen really believe? Are they only acting out faith on screen? Or is it something they carry into their real lives? Tonight we begin, uncovering what the cast has finally admitted about their true faith. And the answers may surprise you, asterisk. The Chosen is not just another television series. It is a global movement that has captured millions of viewers across the world. From small gatherings in homes to large churches streaming entire seasons together, the show has built a community unlike anything seen before in faith-based storytelling. People watch not only for the drama, but because the story feels alive and personal. What makes this even more powerful is how viewers connect with the actors themselves. Fans do not only see Jonathan Roumie as Jesus or Shahar Isaac as Simon, Peter, they see real people behind these roles, and many want to know what those people stand for when the cameras go dark. This curiosity has grown stronger with each season. As the show became more popular, questions became louder. Do these actors share the faith they represent? Or are they simply portraying a role? The creator of the series, Dallas Jenkins, has always spoken openly about his own beliefs. He said that the show was born from prayer and a vision to tell the story of Jesus in a new way. That foundation alone sets The Chosen apart from many productions. Yet fans wanted more than the words of the director. They wanted to hear from the cast themselves. The pressure on these actors is not small. Playing historical and spiritual figures carries weight. Each gesture, each line, and each emotion has meaning to people of faith who watch. That weight also raises expectations. When Jonathan Roumie steps into the role of Jesus, viewers wonder, how does this role affect him personally? When Elizabeth Tabish brings Mary Magdalene's brokenness to life, fans ask, does she connect with this pain through her own story? This connection between role and reality is what has pushed fans to search for interviews, podcasts, and even social media posts. They want to know if the cast is acting only with skill or if faith guides them to. Some cast members remained quiet for a long time, letting their performances speak for themselves. Others began to slowly open up, sharing glimpses of their personal journeys. The result is a picture of diversity. Not every cast member walks the same path. Some are lifelong believers, others are rediscovering faith. And a few have said the show changed how they see spirituality altogether. This is what makes their admissions so important. It is not about everyone thinking the same way. It is about honesty, what they truly believe in their own words. And so the journey begins here. In the next part, we move from questions to confessions. Starting with Jonathan Roumie himself, the man whose portrayal of Jesus has touched hearts worldwide, asterisk when fans think of The Chosen. One name rises above all others, Jonathan Roumie. His role as Jesus has moved audiences to tears, and yet behind the scenes, he has spoken with the same intensity about his personal faith. His story is not just about acting, it is about conviction. Jonathan has shared in interviews that before joining The Chosen, he faced struggles many people would recognize. He battled uncertainty in his career, wondering if he was truly walking the path meant for him. In moments of frustration, he turned to prayer, asking God to guide him. Not long after, the opportunity for The Chosen appeared. What it felt like an answer, he has openly admitted that portraying Jesus is not simply a role he plays for the camera. It is a responsibility he carries in daily life. He describes preparing for scenes with prayer and reflection, treating every line as if it is sacred. When asked how the role has changed him, Jonathan explained that it deepened his Catholic faith and reminded him that his career was never just about fame or money. It was about service. Fans who follow him outside the show have seen this clearly. He speaks about attending Mass, about the importance of prayer, and about staying grounded when the world tries to pull him into pride or distraction. At times, he has even described moments on set when he felt an almost spiritual weight while delivering certain lines. He said it was as if the words were not only written on a script, but written on his heart. Jonathan's confession is powerful because it erases the line between character and actor. For many viewers, watching him is not only watching an actor portray Jesus, it is seeing a man whose faith truly guides him. This is why his testimony has inspired so many. His honesty shows that the story of The Chosen is not just fiction, It is lived out in the people who bring it to life. But Jonathan is not the only one whose faith has shaped the journey. Other cast members, from those with long religious backgrounds to those rediscovering faith for the first time, have admitted how this show changed them. In the next section, we turn to Elizabeth Tabish, the actress who plays Mary Magdalene, and hear how her personal struggles gave a raw and emotional depth to her performance. Asterisk, if Jonathan Roumie's story is about conviction, then Elizabeth Tabish's journey is about redemption. She plays Mary Magdalene in The Chosen, a character burdened with pain, mistakes, and shame, and her own life carried shadows that made the role hit painfully close. Before joining the series, Elizabeth spoke about her struggles with depression and doubt. She faced years of questioning her worth, wondering if her career as an actress would ever lead to anything meaningful. There were times when she almost gave up, feeling invisible in an industry that seemed to only care about fame and appearance. Then came the audition for Mary Magdalene, a character known for her brokenness, but also for her transformation. Elizabeth admitted that when she read the script, she cried. The words spoke directly to her life, almost like a mirror reflecting her own struggles. She said that playing Mary Magdalene was more than acting. It was therapy. It was a reminder that brokenness does not mean the end of the story. For her, it became a way to heal old wounds, while giving life to a character that millions of viewers would relate to. On screen, her performance carries raw emotion. When Mary falls to her knees in pain, or when she experiences forgiveness, Elizabeth brings a depth that comes from personal truth. Off-screen, she has said that the role helped her rediscover faith in God and in herself. What once felt like silence and emptiness became a place of renewal. Her confession has inspired fans who struggle with their own doubts and battles. Many write to her saying that her performance gave them courage to believe that healing is possible. Elizabeth often responds with humility, reminding people that she is still on her own journey, still learning, still trusting that God can bring beauty out of pain. Elizabeth's honesty proves something important. Faith in The Chosen is not about perfection. It is about transformation. Just as Mary Magdalene's story is one of restoration, so too is Elizabeth's personal testimony. And it is this truth that connects audiences so deeply to her portrayal. But she is not alone. Other cast members also carry their own stories of discovery and growth. Next, we turn to Shahar Isaac, who plays Simon Peter, and his perspective on faith may surprise you, because his background is very different from what many fans expected. Asterisk among the cast of The Chosen, Shahar Isaac stands out for a different reason. While Jonathan Roumie and Elizabeth Tabish often speak openly about faith, Shahar has chosen a quieter path. He plays Simon Peter, a bold, passionate disciple known for both his flaws and his fierce loyalty. Yet in real life, Shahar has kept much of his personal beliefs private, and that silence has sparked endless curiosity among fans. Born in Israel and trained as an actor in the United States, Shahar carries with him a cultural and spiritual background. That adds weight to his role. He understands the land, the language, and the history of the story in ways that many others cannot. Some fans expected him to speak about his faith as often as others in the cast, but he rarely does. Instead, he allows his work to speak louder than words. In interviews, Shahar has acknowledged that playing Simon Peter has been deeply meaningful. He has said the character feels alive to him, impulsive, stubborn, yet capable of incredible devotion. What strikes viewers most is how real his performance feels. Many believe that his ability to bring Peter to life comes not only from talent, but from a connection to the story that runs deeper than he admits. That quiet approach has created an air of mystery. Fans debate whether his personal faith matches the man he portrays. Some argue that his silence itself is an answer, a way of protecting what is most sacred. Others believe that Shahar's journey is still unfolding, that his time on The Chosen is shaping him just as much as he shapes the role of Simon Peter. What cannot be denied is the impact he has had. Every scene where Peter wrestles with doubt or bursts with fiery passion feels authentic. It resonates with viewers who see their own struggles reflected in him. Whether or not Shahar chooses to speak openly, His performance reveals a deep understanding of human weakness and strength. This honesty through art has its own power. Sometimes confession does not come through words. Sometimes it comes through the way a person lives, creates, and connects with others. For Shahar Isaac, his confession may be unspoken, but it is written clearly in every scene he delivers. And as we look beyond Shahar, the story of the cast continues to unfold. Next we turn to Patel, the actor who plays Matthew, a man whose faith journey has been shaped in surprising ways by his time on The Chosen *. If Shahar Isaac's silence leaves questions, then Patel's openness brings answers of a different kind. He plays Matthew, the tax collector, who is often seen as an outcast, misunderstood and judged by those around him. In real life, Paris has admitted that stepping into this role forced him to wrestle with his own understanding of faith, belonging, and identity. Unlike some of his co-stars, Paris did not grow up with the same deep religious background. He comes from a diverse cultural heritage, and his view of spirituality has been shaped by that mix of traditions. When he was first cast as Matthew, he felt both honored and nervous. He wondered if he could truly capture the transformation of a man who went from despised outcast to devoted follower. Yet as the series unfolded, something remarkable began to happen. Paris confessed in interviews that playing Matthew was like walking a personal journey. The more he explored Matthew's struggles, the more he found himself asking the same questions. What does it mean to be accepted? What does it mean to find purpose? What does it mean to follow a call that others might not understand? He said that through this process, the lines between character and actor often blurred, and he discovered new depths in his own beliefs. Audiences quickly noticed the sensitivity in his performance. Matthew's awkwardness, his search for belonging, and his fragile faith all felt real. Fans connected to him because they saw their own insecurities mirrored on the screen. Paris has admitted that this response humbled him. He realized that his role was not only about entertainment, but about giving a voice to people who feel unseen and unloved. Over time, Paris has spoken more about how The Chosen pushed him closer to faith. He has described moments where he felt that God was using the role to open his heart, showing him that grace and acceptance are not just part of the story, but part of life itself. For him, Matthew's transformation is not only history, it is a reminder that no one is too far gone to be called loved and changed. What makes Paraz's confession unique is that it reflects the journey of so many viewers. People who feel like outsiders find hope in Matthew's story, and through Paraz's honesty, they realize they are not alone. His journey shows that faith is not always inherited or automatic. Sometimes it is discovered step by step through unexpected paths, and through roles that God uses to awaken the soul. And as Patel continues to grow in his understanding, his story joins with those of his co-stars, proving that The Chosen is more than a series. It is a stage where actors discover their own truths while telling the greatest story ever told. Next, we turn to the man behind the vision, Dallas Jenkins, the creator of The Chosen. His faith not only gave birth to the series but also shaped the spiritual atmosphere on set. Influencing every confession we have heard so far, behind every powerful story, stands a creator who carries the vision. For The Chosen, that person is Dallas Jenkins. His influence has shaped not only the series, but also the spiritual atmosphere that surrounds the cast and crew. From the very beginning, Dallas made it clear that this project was not just about making a show, it was about honoring God with every frame, every word, and every performance. Dallas has spoken many times about the moments of doubt he faced before The Chosen became a global phenomenon. He experienced failure in past projects, and at one point he felt like his career had ended. In that season of uncertainty, he turned to prayer, and in his own words, God gave him peace to keep going. From that point forward, he committed that any success he had would not be for his own glory, but for something higher. This mindset has shaped the way he leads the production. On set, it is not unusual for Dallas to pause everything for prayer before a major scene. He encourages the cast to reflect on the meaning of the stories they are portraying, reminding them that these are not just characters, but real people who change the world through their faith. That sense of reverence is felt deeply by the actors, many of whom say that his leadership changed the way they approach their roles. The cast has admitted that working with Dallas is unlike any other experience in their careers. He does not separate art from faith. Instead, he weaves them together, creating an environment where actors feel safe to explore not only their characters, but also their own beliefs. Some have said that they discovered new depths of faith simply by being part of his vision. What makes Dallas's influence unique is his humility. He often says that the show does not belong to him, but to God, and that he is only a servant carrying out the work. This humility inspires those around him, keeps the focus away from celebrity culture and directs it toward something eternal. Even those who do not share his exact beliefs admit that his sincerity and passion are undeniable. Through his leadership, Dallas has created more than a television series. He has built a spiritual family, one where actors, crew, and even viewers feel connected through a shared mission. The result is a show that not only tells the story of Jesus, but also reflects the living faith of those who create it. As we look at the influence Dallas Jenkins has had, the question becomes clear: how has this atmosphere shaped the cast as individuals? What truth about their faith do they reveal when the cameras stop and the lights fade? In the next and final section, we uncover how these confessions come together, showing the world that The Chosen is more than a story. It is a testimony asterisk. When we bring together every confession from the cast of The Chosen, a bigger picture begins to form. Jonathan Roumie spoke about conviction, a faith that deepened through prayer and responsibility. Elizabeth Tabish shared a journey of redemption, where brokenness turned into healing through the role of Mary Magdalene. Shahar Isaac chose silence. Yet his unspoken faith echoed in the passion and fire of Simon Peter. Patel revealed discovery, finding new meaning and belonging as he stepped into Matthew's world. And Dallas Jenkins, the creator, reminded everyone that the show itself was born out of surrender, guided not by pride, but by faith. These stories are not the same, and that is what makes them powerful. Each cast member stands in a different place, yet all of them confess that The Chosen has shaped them in ways they never expected. Some grew stronger in long-held beliefs. Others found faith in the middle of doubt. A few discovered hope for the very first time. Together, their voices weave a testimony that is more than acting, more than storytelling, more than television. For fans who watch, this is the answer they have been searching for. The cast does not only perform roles from Scripture, they live the questions, the struggles, and the transformations of those characters in their own lives. That honesty is why audiences feel such a strong connection. It is why the series reaches beyond entertainment and into hearts across the world. The truth revealed is simple, yet profound. The faith of the cast is as real and diverse as the faith of the people who watch them. Some are certain, some are searching, and some are still learning, but all of them have been touched by the story they help to tell. This is why The Chosen is not just a show. It is a movement of belief, hope, and renewal. And now the question turns to you, the viewer. What do you see in their confessions? Do you find strength in Jonathan's conviction, healing in Elizabeth's redemption, or courage in Paris's discovery? Or do you see your own journey reflected in Shahar's quiet mystery? Their faith has been revealed. The next chapter belongs to you.